Hey everybody and welcome to a new video. This time it's One Piece episode 1115. Finally, it's Shishido's episode. The most anticipated director who gave us two of the best Egghead episodes. Here he makes it three. This man is incapable of making an episode below 10. He directed and storyboarded this episode and the results speak for themselves. This episode feels like a mixture between his two previous episodes, because his first Egghead episode had nearly zero action. His second one was packed with action. This one is a mix of the two. The first half is exposition and character interactions. The second is action-packed. And he's a director who perfected any kind of content, as proven. Right off the bat, Shishido's direction is atmospheric and intense. He knows the right kind of tone each part needs and it sets the mood perfectly. I liked how much tension he built up between Kuzan and Blackbeard at the beginning, which made the following moment very nice. And to avoid making it a boring stare down, he does something unique with the screen tilting stuff. And there's also some distortion effects used as a transition between the cut and the other. Very cool stuff. We get these cool illustrations we have seen in episode 1100 during the info dump parts, but with Kaido and Big Mom. The atmosphere during the info about the man with the burn scar was very strong and left a bigger impression on me than when reading it for the first time. I like the greenish color on the top of the cool drawings here. The OSTs are also very well chosen and placed. I really liked how the music stops when Garp grabs Kuzan for Blue Hole, or the classic evil OST quickly playing as soon as Blackbeard speaks. The quick cuts of the Polar Tang matching the music beat with each part, all of that adds so much to my enjoyment watching the episode. I also found it cool how Shishido sneaked some shots from upcoming content to give us a better idea on Kuzan's mentality. We even get a shot of his marine coat on the floor, which symbolizes his departure from the Marines. Now let's talk about Shishido's phenomenal storyboard. I especially want to talk about the action in a bit, but before that, Shishido as usual gives us great framing with cool perspectives. Blackbeard looked very menacing in some shots, and the fighting stances were cool to set up the action between Kuzan and Garp. I especially loved how suddenly Kuzan turns the background to ice when he prepares to fight, but suddenly Garp realizes he can't move anymore. Turns out his legs were frozen. This unpredictability is what makes the storyboard so good throughout the episode. The action storyboard was brilliant. My god, I did not expect this content to be handled like that, considering it was just one attack in the manga. Most of the real action starts later, so many cool details in such a short exchange. Garp dodges the ice in the smoothest way possible and gives us a combo on the ice to bounce it back. Kuzan starts avoiding the somehow haki-imbued ice in acrobatic ways before getting hit by one that sends him up in the sky. Garp effortlessly dodges the ice again as he walks closer to the camera. One of them freezes his arm before exploding from haki. At this point, I am overwhelmed by the Chad energy on display here. Kuzan searches for Garp in the smoke, but Garp shows a more tactical side in combat. He throws a decoy which leaves Kuzan open. This is just pure action brilliance, and none of that was in the manga. I also liked how Kuzan tries to freeze Garp after grabbing him just for Garp to break the ice with haki again and triple slams that man into oblivion. Even with Beppo, we get some very cool action. The episode had multiple animation directors, so I apologize if I won't talk about the ones I don't recognize. However, we have Masahiro Kitazaki, one of our strongest animation directors, and Grand Guerrilla. Hone also did supervision on Garp again after last episode. The episode featured some insanely strong shots. I assume some of these were Kitazaki's corrections. Guerrilla was the animation director for the action bits, and he did a very solid job. Some very nice drawings of Garp and a cool expression at the end that shows Garp's emotional state to be forced to fight a former student of his. Now the key animators, this episode was very damn stacked. One of the best sequences was by Jack Amin. He animated Blackbeard and Kuzan drinking, and the quality was absurd. I first saw this animator's work when he created a tribute to 20th Century Boys alongside his brother. After that, One Piece got him to work on episode 100. Now he returns with Shishido again and gives us his unique character acting animation with perfect control of volume. But one thing that makes this very special is the fact that he animated the background in dynamic ways. I very rarely see character acting cuts where the animator takes extra effort in animating the background. It was just absurdly good and definitely one of the best of the episode. Another major highlight on the animation side was animated by Bashi. This is their first participation on the show and their timing and effects are very cool. The background animation is very satisfying. Shotaro Ban has been evolving in scary ways on the show. He has been working on One Piece for a very long time now. He gave us before one of the best S-Hawk scenes. He continues with massive inspiration from the likes of Masami Mori. His art is very sharp and expressive. His work here is impressive with Ishizuka pilled impact frames and very unique effects work. Chris returns quickly after last episode where he worked on Galaxy Impact. He animates Garp breaking through the ice to throw a combo on Kuzan who dodges smoothly. This is for sure one of the main highlights of the episode for me, especially when amplified by Hone's great corrections and Shishido's dynamic storyboard. The smears and poses are top tier, and as usual, Chris's effects speak for themselves. Animator by the name Yuki participates briefly and gives us some great character acting, animation, and art. His art is very powerful and Garp looked very intense here. One of Masami Mori's best students, Shinkashi Waguma, and this sequence actually reminds me a bit of Mori's work on Katakuri slamming Luffy because of Garp's intense facial expressions and the triple slam. There's so much force behind the attack. Kashiwaguma also worked on Shishido's 100 before and gave us phenomenal close range combat. I consider him one of the best animators on the show right now. The animator Amy finishes the attack. Yu Yoshiyama animates Beppo's transformation. I think this is her best work on One Piece so far. The transformation was explosive and fast. I did not expect to see Canada school animation for a transformation here, but it's more than welcomed. The attack had so much force behind it as well. Momofuji animated the cool Garp walk towards Kuzan, corrected by Gorilla. I'm sorry if I butcher some of the names here. There's so many other cool cuts in the episode that I won't be able to cover, mainly because some are unknown, and another reason is that I can get lazy with long videos. In short, Nozomu Shishido is without a doubt the best action director we have, and sadly he won't be participating on the second half of Hachinosu because of the short time gap, so maybe Luffy vs Kizaru is a possibility. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe. See you next time.